It's one of the most well-known stories in the Bible, Noah's Ark. But what if you could stand before it, full scale, and see the story come to life? The Ark Encounter isn't just a massive structure, it's a message, a reminder of faith, judgment, and salvation that still speaks today. Join me as we explore what this ark reveals about the past, about God, and about us. So a fun fact about gopher wood, nobody actually knows what gopher wood is. Scholars speculate it may be a strong and water-resistant wood like cypress or pine, but the true identity of it is not known. So God, in all of his mercy, gave Noah a blueprint, or at least instructions, on how big the ark should be. Noah was instructed to make the ark 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits tall. One ark cubit measures to 20.4 inches, making the ark replica 510 feet long, 85 feet wide, and 51 feet tall. Noah was an expert craftsman, taking an estimated 75 years to build the ark. The Amish built the replica in 2 years. One of the biggest questions people ask is, how could Noah care for all those animals? Well, the Ark Encounter gives us a glimpse of how it may have worked with simple systems for food, water, and waste, designed with incredible efficiency. Research here suggests there were around 1,400 animal kinds on board, which could represent roughly 6,000 to 7,000 individual animals. That's far fewer than most people imagine, and it shows careful planning and design. Noah didn't have to bring every single species, just the kinds, the ancestors of the animals we see today. God's command wasn't overwhelming, it was intentional. Even here, among the animals, we see God's heart, preserving life through the storm, proving that his plans always make room for renewal. The story of Noah's Ark isn't a myth, it's a moment in history when humanity had reached its breaking point. Genesis says the earth was filled with violence and cruelty. People had turned away from their Creator, and God, who is perfectly just, couldn't ignore the evil that had taken hold of the world. But even in judgment, mercy had the first word. God called Noah to build an ark, a refuge of grace in the middle of a corrupt generation. Many ancient cultures remember a great flood, echoes of divine justice and human failure. Yet, the Bible gives the clearest picture, a holy God who punishes wickedness but provides salvation for those who trust in him. Standing here, you see both sides of God's character, his justice against sin, and his mercy towards those who believe. The ark wasn't just a rescue, it was a revelation of who God is. Standing before the ark, you can't help but think, this wasn't merely a story of survival, it was a story of judgment, and it points directly to Jesus. In Noah's day, the world was filled with corruption, and God brought judgment through the flood. But even then, he offered a way to be saved, the ark. Anyone who entered the ark was safe from the waters. In the same way, everyone who comes to Christ finds refuge from the judgment of sin. God shut the door of the ark himself, sealing Noah and his family in safety. On the cross, Jesus cried, "It is finished," sealing salvation for all who believe in him. When the flood ended, Noah stepped out into a new world. That's what Christ offers us, a new beginning, a clean heart, a restored relationship with God. The ark reminds us that God's justice is real, but so is his mercy, and through Jesus, he's made a way for anyone to be saved. The story of the ark isn't just about a flood, it's about a faithful God who saves. It reminds us that judgment and mercy have always walked hand in hand. Just as God provided the ark as a refuge in Noah's day, he's given us Jesus, the true and final ark of salvation. Those who step into him find safety, forgiveness, and a new life. Walking through the Ark made me realize just how patient and loving our God is. Even in judgment, his heart was to rescue, and that same heart still calls to us today. The Ark points to God's promise, and through Jesus, that promise still stands.